On August the 3rd, 1492, the port of Palos in Spain was filled with both hope and uncertainty. 3 ships, the Santa María, the Pinta, and the Niña, under the command of Christopher Columbus, or Cristobal Colón, as the Spaniards called him, a Genoese sailor with big dreams, set sail into the unknown. Columbus was no ordinary captain. He was obsessed with the idea that one could reach India, the land of spices, silk and gold, faster and more easily by sailing westward across the Atlantic. At a time when many still believed the earth was flat, as oddly enough some still do today, and that the sea was full of monsters, Columbus's vision seemed a blend of madness and genius. Near the end of the 15th century, Europe was hungry and thirsty for new sea routes. The increasingly assertive Ottoman Empire controlled the land paths to the east and largely obstructed the spice trade. The Portuguese were already searching for a route around the southern tip of Africa. But Columbus had a different idea. Why not sail directly to the west, across the ocean? His theory, though based on flawed calculations, he believed the earth was much smaller than it actually is, was met with ridicule by many scholars of his time. Yet King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, eager to outpace their rivals, decided to give young Cristobal a chance. They funded his expedition, hoping it would bring them riches and glory. On August the 3rd, the crew of around 90 sailors stood on the decks of the 3 ships, watching the shores of Spain fade into the distance. Many were terrified. Sailing into the unknown was like tempting fate. Weeks passed, and the ocean showed no mercy. Storms, lack of food and water, and fear of the unknown wore down even the most seasoned sailors. Columbus, determined and charismatic, tried to keep morale high with speeches and promises of fabulous wealth. But eventually, even he began to doubt, watching the days turn into months with no land in sight. Finally, on October the 12th, 1492, a sailor named Rodrigo de Triana spotted land from the crow's nest. Columbus believed he had reached the eastern shores of Asia, perhaps Japan or China. In truth, he had stepped onto a Caribbean island, now part of the Bahamas, which he named San Salvador, Holy Savior. The indigenous Taino people welcomed him with curiosity, unaware that the arrival of Europeans would forever alter their world, and not for the better. Columbus's expedition did not find a sea route to India, but it did open the doors to the New World. His journey launched the golden age of exploration, colonization, and, sadly, ruthless exploitation, a process that would shape the modern world. It is a painful irony that such atrocities were committed in the name of Christianity, a faith that teaches that every human being is made in the image of God. And yet, even the most brutal conquistadors were devout Christians, sincerely believing that their God looked kindly on their spreading of the true faith through fire and sword. Columbus was neither a hero nor a villain, as he is often portrayed today. He was a man of his time, driven by ambition, faith in God, and flawed maps. His voyage changed the world, but at what cost? For the native peoples, the price was unimaginably high. Diseases previously unknown to them, slavery, and the loss of their land. Europe, on the other hand, gained immense wealth, new knowledge, and the opportunity to expand its territories across the seas. Today, of course, we know Columbus was not the first European to set foot in the Americas. Norse sailors did so centuries earlier. But his voyage had something that others did not: royal backing, religious fervor, and historical momentum. In the end, questions remain. What truly is a discovery? What we find, or what we forever lose in order to find it? Would the world be a better place if Columbus's sails had never appeared on the American horizon? Forgive me if I have waxed a bit poetic, but I simply cannot end this story without a few humorous verses from George Balashevich, a beloved singer-songwriter who recently passed away and whose lyrics have been etched in my memory since childhood. "Oh, Christopher, you dark-eyed boy, why did you sail so far from shore? You're no sailor, that's for sure. Why cross the sea without a map or an engine, just because it's Middle Ages, no more?" If you enjoy stories like this one, help us reach more people by clicking like, subscribe, and the notification bell, so you don't miss any of our almost daily episodes. And we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.